Hi and welcome to this live currency strength indicator table video with me, John, on this Tuesday the 4th of April. Here we have our two tables in front of us. We have the trend traders table and the day traders table. These are the same studies but just highlighting different time frames. You can see here some of the currencies are highlighted in green. That means there's a confluence between the trading time frames, and that's what we'll be focusing most of our attention in these videos. The tables auto update every 5 minutes 24/7, meaning that our members can see how the market stands right now in real time. So what actionable forex pairs are the live currency strength indicator tables telling us to focus on today? Well, it's telling us to focus definitely on the pound, because the pound is the strongest currency on both tables. So we're going to be looking at the pound today. We're going to be focusing on the pound against the US dollar and the Japanese yen. We're really going to focus on pound yen to start off with, because it tops our day traders table, with the Japanese yen being the weakest currency, followed by the US dollar, reversed on the trend traders. So let's dive straight in. Let's go into the pound yen chart and let's see how price is performing at the moment, because we have broken out of a long-term trend line resistance here, and ever since that, price has continued to break to the upside. So this was the breakout candlestick in here. We actually found support at a trend line support down through here. You can see all the way through here price has reacted really nicely to that trend line support. So we had this kind of overall consolidative sort of pattern going on here. Price then broke back above that trend line support as well as resistance at 161.75. 161.75 became a little bit irrelevant as time went on. You can see at one stage it was reacting really nice to the level, but then we had a lot of congestion around that point at one point, so price was kind of flitting through it. However, we did just break straight through it. We closed above the daily 200 moving average, and since then price hasn't really looked back too much. We did get one day of a pullback, which was the Friday, so I'm guessing that was maybe some kind of profit taking in the market before pound yen has continued to the upside. Now we're back at resistance, so we've got this spike higher in here. That could have been an area of interest for sellers, or for at least buyers to try and target in the short term. So we may see some short term selling coming from this area, but I would really like to see a pullback, to be honest, because if price is going to continue higher and break this 165.75, we've got an opportunity to trade to the 169 handle. Now the 169 handle, if we're kind of just having a little look at that, is around about 300 pips away from these highs. Now the level that I'm looking at, if I just go down into the hourly time frame, is the 165 handle. You can see that, if I just zoom out a little bit, I just want to give you kind of like the bigger picture context. There is that high that I was just talking about in here. Just grab that pencil. This is where we could see some short-term profit taking. If we do, then I would like to see it pull back down towards the 165 handle. You can see we had that nice rally up. We've consolidated in sort of a flag style pattern there, or a pennant pattern. But either way, we've consolidated after a large rally up. Price has then rallied outside of that, so I'm looking to see if that trend will continue to the upside. And the 165 is an area I like a lot, because those were the previous highs before price really took off to the level of resistance, being that one sort of 165.75 area. So if price can pull back down to the 165, give us some kind of bullish price action in there, that would be ideal to see a potential long opportunity. And if we're trading from 165 looking all the way up to the 169 area, that's going to give us a nice 400 pip target to have a look at. So that's what I'm going to be focused on there on pound yen. If, however, price just continues higher, so if I go to the 4-hour time frame, for instance, and just zoom in, if price doesn't reject these most recent swing highs over here and it continues through, then I'll be looking to see some kind of consolidation on the other side. So if we can trade through it, come back to it, consolidate and break higher, that would be ideal as well to see some further upside to pound yen. Another currency pair obviously of interest then, so to do with the pound, is pound US dollar. US dollar, the weakest currency on the trend traders point of view. This is largely due to a lot of fundamental conditions at the moment, so I'm looking to see if the dollar would continue to weaken. So let's just head over to pound US dollar and see where pound US dollar is. Now, I was actually really interested in a short at the 1 spot 24.25, because it was the highs of this range that we've actually been talking about for some time. So you can see that 124.25 there, the one spot 18.50. So I am still a little bit wary of looking for longs just yet on pound. If anything, if price closed back below, that might be something to kind of change our mindset, you know, especially if the tables then say pound US dollars coming off the tables, for instance, and maybe switching around a little bit. That could still provide us an opportunity to the downside. However, the tables at the moment are saying everything's bullish here, which means that we might see a run up to the 126.50, one spot 26.50 handle, which again, if I was just kind of to measure that down, that's like a 200 pip move there. So I'm actually going to see how price reacts to this area at the moment. The 4-hour time frame, there's multiple trend lines going on through here. Like I said, we broke the 124.25 area. So I'm looking to see if price gives me two closes above this major high over here. So if you extend that box out, if I get two closes above that high, I'll be looking to see if price can pull back to the one spot 24.25 for further long opportunities into that one spot 26.50 area. Okay, so there's a potential here for pound yen to pound US dollar, sorry, and pound yen to continue their upside trends at the moment, or their upward trends at the moment. But I just need to see a little bit more confirmation there on the pound US dollar side of things, only because I've seen, you know, multiple occasions how price can potentially false break out of these areas. So it's always important to wait for a bit of confirmation before looking to get long in a particular market above a range area. So that's what I'm going to be focusing on there on pound US dollar. Pound yen, I'm going to be focusing on if we can trade above the one spot 65.75, or look at the pullback potentially at 165. So those are the two options you've got there. Two charts as well. Hope you enjoyed the video, and I look forward to speaking to you in the next one.